I remember seeing the movie and crying at the end of it. And I don't cry that much at movies. I'm a theater gal, so so I remember it very well. And the thing, of course, that I'm most connected with it is about storytelling. And for those of us who create for the theater, we are storytellers. And in the end, this story is about how storytellers never die, that they go on. And how important it is to pass these wonderful stories on. I'm sure you all have a mom or a dad or a crazy aunt that's told you some wild stories as a child, and it'll just go on through generations. And that, besides this story being about a father and a son, is what it's about, and it's very universal. I think it has an accessibility for people who love the theater, and this is a theater town. For people who love it and love storytelling, I think there's a great accessibility and connection with the audience. For me, as a director, not only does it have wonderful emotional scenes, of course it has big fantastical scenes, because we're able to create the stories that Edward Bloom tells. He will launch into a big story, and all of a sudden the stage will turn into that story, and we will do that story for you. And it's up to you to decide whether to believe that story, if that story is really true, or, you know. So for me, as a director and a choreographer in the theater, it allows me not only to do the deep emotional work, but also to do this, have fun with the fantastical moments. And for me, creating musicals, you always want to leave the audience with an image. I know when you go to the theater, a lot of times you'll leave that show and remember a particular image in that show, and you'll remember it forever. And so for this particular show, Big Fish, I have a lot of opportunities to bring images that will stick in your mind for a very long time. I wanted to also say that the designers, William Ivy Long and Julian Crouch, are also fantastical people, and they have magic imaginations, and they use that element of the elements of fire and water and earth and air, and everything that's life-affirming is brought into the visual in this show. So for me, it's probably one of the most profound pieces I'll ever be involved in. The show is very romantic, too, because, of course, Edward Bloom falls in love at first sight. So this particular song, called Time Stops, is about Edward seeing Sandra for the first time. Ladies and gentlemen, Kate Baldwin.
Stops when suddenly you see her. Time stops, and what you thought you knew changes, and life beyond this moment is bigger, better. Time stops, but still your heart is beating. Time stops, though you don't take a breath. She's there, and all you've ever wanted is nearer, clearer. I used to think the world was small. Oh, now I don't think that way at all. Stops when dreams come true before you. Time stops when fantasy is real. She's there, and all you've ever wanted is nearer, clearer.
That boy is staring, and I feel a chill. I don't know why. That boy is staring, and the world is still, not tumbling by. There's no one talking, but I can hear 1,000 voices. What's going on inside me? That boy try to please or be demure. My hand is trembling, but in this moment nothing scares me. What's going on?
I used to see what lies ahead.
Thought my life might be a bore.
Now I just see this girl
Could
instead.
be I'm bound for something more, and troubles are a bad